Our presentation from the Outstanding Presentation is session 6. It is focusing in on the company or the brand of eSlides, and it's focusing on the in and out box samples that they've received through their time there. So we're going to jump right into what are eSlides. eSlides started in 2002. They are a company that hires in professionals that polish PowerPoints that are handed into them from other companies. They visually enhance the PowerPoints, and then they do some design consulting with the different companies that are trying to make a better presentation. The creator of eSlides is Marshall Markstein. He has 20 plus years of experience in his time of presenting and creating PowerPoints, and he has a bachelor's degree in organizational communication, and he's been doing it for so long because he really enjoys the simplicity and the images that you can create through a PowerPoint and get across the message. The presenter that we had the pleasure of working with is Jen Fink. She also has 20 years of experience. She works a lot with project managing, and she likes to create a more creative experience in presentation design. She also has a bachelor's degree in communications, and she received this from Cedarville University in Ohio.
Okay, now we're going to go with the structure of how to create slides. First of all, it's alignment. With alignment, you want to have it's a tip, you have to turn on the grid and guides. This way you can align everything together, and this will help your audience follow more easily.
So next, you want to make sure that you have balance throughout your slides. Make sure that you have a good balance between the left side and the right side. You don't want one side to have more text or images than the other. Keeping it balanced will help the viewers pay attention.
Then we're going to talk about the economy of your slides and how less is more when working with them. You want to really pick out what's really necessary in your slides, and you want to save your extra info or the fluff for what you can put in your notes or into the voiceover while presenting.
Now emphasis with contrast. This way you have to be able to distinguish objects between others when in your slides. This way it goes again similar to alignment. So your audience can distinguish its object and what you present in according, like for example, data.
So next, use proportion. So making sure that the more important things are bigger or at a different size than something that's less important in what you're talking about at that moment. It helps the audience pay attention to the things that are more important than the things that aren't.
And then going on to the structure of your slide using direction. Direction will guide your audience's eye, and this is important because wherever your audience eye goes to should be your most important information. So as the example with the timeline below, most people track a timeline from left to right, so that is one way to use direction in your slides.
Okay, now as mentioned in the presentation, about 80% of you users who use PowerPoint use a white background. You can use a white background when presenting in a small classroom. If you can use black or other types of backgrounds when presenting to a large audience. For example, in a large auditorium, it's going to be dark, and the audience can be able to focus more with the dark background.
So just making sure that you keep it simple on your slides, removing any repetition, just to make your audience pay attention to what is on, or like what you're talking about rather than what's on your slide or having to read what's on the slide.
Then we're going to kind of talk about the color theory that goes along with presenting. Everyone has a different meaning behind each color. Just understanding the culture behind what your audience is important when choosing colors. We have a majority of the colors that are used in presentations listed below and what the meanings are related to in the United States, but as I said, it's different amongst every culture. And using good contrast between all of these colors is important so you can read your text throughout the slides, and choosing the color of your background will make your text pop.
So next, along with what Nicole just talked about, using the color picker and the color wheel, you want to make sure that you use complementary colors. It helps the audience relate more, just because that's how our eyes work. So if you can see that the color wheel and the color picker are very similar and they resemble each other, and make sure that you use like cool colors with cool colors and warm colors with warm colors.
Now we're going to go to the types of artwork. We have professional photographs, artwork, clip art, or illustrations. It's important to stick with one type of artwork throughout your presentation, your slides. It's a tip to use professional images rather than images from Google. It states that 85% of Google images used are stolen. This proves that it's better to have professional photographs purchased and use them in your slides. This way it will look more professional.
And then going along with the 3 types of artwork, we also have 2 different types of images that can be used amongst these artwork. We have the bitmap, or we have a vector image. A bitmap is more pixelized, so when it is enlarged, it is more blurry. So when presenting to a bigger audience and you need to distort or enlarge a picture, it may distort the image. Whereas using a vector pixelated image is a lot easier, because when enlarged, it keeps the image smooth and still readable to your audience. And then this concludes everything that we have learned from the outstanding presentation on session 6 for eSlides, the in and out box.
Thank you.